I'm trying so hard not to laugh. I am trying so hard not to laugh. The Kennedy Carter replacement is my Yamamoto. I am trying so hard not to laugh. What the actual fuck are the Aces doing? Like, by the way, my Yamamoto is a great basketball player. She's going to be great at the World Cup for Japan. She's a great basketball player. Like, did Japan make the World Cup? I think they did, didn't they? Did they make it through qualifiers? I think they were in a really tough group, if I remember. I need to see what teams. I think they qualified. Yeah, they did. They did qualify. And she's going to be good. She's going to be good. She cannot play at the WNBA level. I'm sorry. Like, she cannot play at the W level. And she is the Kennedy Carter replacement. She is the Kennedy Carter replacement. Is a player who, I'm sorry, just isn't good enough to be there. Like, I get it. I really get it. Based on everything, they didn't like Kennedy Carter. They got rid of Kennedy because, from what it seems like, they just didn't like her. And that's fine. With the Aces, everything is about culture, this and that. And it's like, they would rather go and, like, they would rather focus on the culture aspect because it's won them enough rather than overly focusing on talent. And I get that logic. They've won 3 titles in 4 years. I'm not going to question the Aces' logic on that. But at some stage, you can't just keep making massive talent downgrades. You can't just replace a star-level player with, no offense, a player that shouldn't be in the league and expect to be fine. Like, everyone's like, oh, Justine Bassett. No, Justine Bassett is their replacement for, what's the other rookie's name? Janiah Barker. Bassett is the Janiah Barker replacement. My Yamamoto, like, she couldn't even get a dev contract. There are so many guards out there. What's wrong with Ari McDonald? What is wrong with Ari? Like, if you replace Kennedy Carter with Ari, even if Ari is, like, kind of fucked. Even if Ari's kind of fucked, I get it. I get replacing Kennedy Carter with Ari McDonald because less hassle and Ari's still pretty good. Like, and again, there are so many players. My goat's better than my Yamamoto. Where, like, do you not just throw Grace Berger in there? At least she's big. At least she's big, and you know what? She is one of very few point guards in the league that understands, I play with a star, my job is to pass the ball to the star. My job is not to go dribble, and turn it up and look off my star player. My job is to pass the ball to the star. Why is my Yamamoto their signature? Is she the one who's cooking in the preseason game? She probably is. My Yamamoto, next teams are about to get the belt. Like, they replaced her with my Yamamoto. Like, I hate saying this because my Yamamoto is a good basketball player and seems like a lovely human being. She is not, like, it is, there are so many players, like there are so many players that you can bring in that would actually be like, oh, she had 24 in Team Japan's exhibition game against the Aces. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I scored 4 points against Duquesne in an exhibition game. It doesn't mean I was even close to be like, as in 4 points in, came on, bang, bang, like, and looked like competent. I looked competent on the court in a exhibition game against Duquesne, like the Duquesne University when they came to Ireland. The year after TJ McConnell left, they were fucking good. They just made the tournament. I looked competent against them. I was not only not a D1 player, I wasn't a D2 player, and I was probably a D3 guy who would have come off the bench for 4 years and paid my way through college while getting a degree in something else. Just played for fun. That's the level I was. I look competent against Duquesne. That doesn't mean shit. One of the guys that I played with had 25 against Duquesne. He was a 30-year-old Irish guy who never made 1 cent from playing basketball in his life. Does not mean he could play D1. Like, that logic is awful. This is one of those things where I'm like, the Aces are they're buying too much into a certain thing. That it's like culture. They're basically saying, you know what, culture is all that matters. Talent, we don't care. Fit, we don't really care on the court. We just want you to be like, to just kind of like chill on the bench and, you know, come in for garbage time. And I'm like, you don't have the firepower to do that. Unless Justine Bissott becomes a double-digit points per game scorer, I don't think they have the firepower to win a title. I don't care how good Angel Wilson is. Like, when you are relying on Angel Wilson, Jackie Young, and Chelsea Gray to combine for 60 points a game, which is what they're doing, by the way, which is what this roster is. They're relying on the three of them to combine for 60 points per game. And I wish I could say, oh yeah, like, they're going to be able to do that consistently. No, they're not. Like, that is not a winning recipe. It is not a winning title. And that's one of Fever's problems is, again, they are relying on their big three to combine for 60. Because they don't have the role players to do anything. I'm sorry, when your best role player is a completely washed Jewel Lloyd, or maybe the idea of Justine Bissott. That's the thing. We can make a legitimate argument that the idea of Justine Bissott is the fifth best player on the Aces. And I think Justine Bissott's going to be a player. I think she's going to be a starter by the end of her rookie contract. She's not good enough right now. So we're looking now at a situation where a team... Look, if the Fever made this move, I'd be calling them unserious. This feels like the most unserious franchise who looked into getting Angel Wilson and looked into getting Kelsey Plum and looked into getting Jackie Young by winning the lottery 3 years in a row. They got incredibly lucky. And then, obviously, they won that. And then they were the first team to really pump money into WNBA. So a lot of high-quality vets wanted to go to the Aces, and they formed super teams. But let's be very clear. This franchise, once other franchises start taking things seriously, this franchise is like one step above the Fever. The Fever are one step above the Sky and the Sparks. And this are like one step above the Fever. And as well as that, let's be very clear. Like, Becky, if they didn't take Becky Hammond and they had gotten a different coach, this would be very different too. See you guys.